it has a dam on it, and it was supposedly going to burst. And the police of the area sent out an evacuation order, like it was like effective immediately. Um, so, and I guess something else that I mentioned is we don't have cell service. And I guess just to explain that a little bit more, like that means that right now I'm at our public library, trying to get Wi-Fi because it's one of the few places in the city where we can connect with the outside. You know, we're totally isolated. Um, so yeah, you know, we can't get emergency messages, or we can't get, these messages that are sent out for evacuations. So they could have done that to begin with because they knew it was going to be bad. I guess one other thing I wanted to mention really quick, I kind of lost my train of thought, but Swannanoa, the dam was supposed to burst. It was supposed to fail. Instead, they had to make the decision to actually let out some of the floodwater, and that's what led to really devastating flooding. But as I said, you know, the community wasn't told beforehand. They were told as it was happening, and they couldn't leave. But yeah.
Well, Evan, you mentioned this before, too, that, you know, a number of the areas that were hit hard were already some of the most impoverished communities in the United States already. So talk about that, if you could, the impact now that this massive flooding and damage has been added to the existing challenges people were facing living in poverty.
Yeah, it really means total devastation. I mean, people are really, their whole lives are changed forever because of this. You know, this is an extremely traumatic, extremely catastrophic situation. As I mentioned, you know, not only homes were floating down the river, but entire communities. There are entire communities that are gone, you know. Most everybody that I know is out of work. They don't know what they're going to do for work. We're really having to rely on donations from outside because our government said they ran out of money for FEMA, which is absolutely insane. I'm sure hopefully people have heard about that, you know, that FEMA supposedly ran out of money. And even then, you know, this happened last Thursday is when this impacted all of us. So it's been a week today. It took Biden an entire 4 days to declare what they call a major disaster, which means that we are eligible for FEMA disaster aid and relief from the federal government. He waited 4 days to do that.
On Musk's Twitter, they have decided it's better to mess with people, turn people against each other, and lie about the response and see what they can stir up and see if Trump can benefit from it. I mean, here, for example, is the 9/11 truther, self-proclaimed white advocate, conspiracy theorist who Trump brought with him to the 9/11 commemoration last month in Manhattan. Quote, "The people in Appalachia should not comply with FEMA. This is a matter of survival. Do not comply with FEMA."